Hello and welcome to another episode of Monday Markets. I hope you had a good weekend and I hope you took my advice again on Friday, which was not to spend the weekend staring at the charts because nothing happened. Before we get into the nitty gritty of what happened on the lower time frames, let's take a look at the higher time frames. So BTC on the weekly, not a great weekly candle close, as I'm sure you can imagine from last week. Looks like we're heading back down to that 21.5k. Real important level. It's a monthly level. If we just quickly switch to the monthly time frame, the start of this downward leg in November, which was obviously the FTX scandal. If we go to the weekly, it was the bottom here at the beginning and mid-Feb. And then if we also go to the daily, it's the daily range low as well. So very important level, lots of confluence, especially you look left as well. It's also the top back here in August as well. So very important level. At the moment, we're just sort of drifting in no man's land, just below the daily mid-range. And as I say, we're not quite down at that range low yet, but it looks as though we could get there. One more leg down, perhaps. Ethereum in a very similar position. We dropped from the daily range high at around 1670. Not quite made it to the daily range low at between 1500 and 1515. Again, just sort of going sideways in no man's land. And if we just quickly go back to BTC and look at the 1 hour time frame, this is what happened over the weekend. Absolutely nothing but pure chop. Got people excited with this little rally late in Saturday night, early Sunday morning, and then just liquidated them straight away, especially if you're playing with high leverage. So yeah, just absolute sideways chop, not any good to anyone, which is again why I say don't go on the charts on the weekend. It's not worth it. So what have we got in terms of news this week or events? So US economic calendar. Fed Chairman Powell is having a couple of speeches. Tuesday he testifies to the Senate and on Wednesday he testifies to the House. So it'll be interesting to see what his take on the economy is and his plans for it. And then later, towards the end of the week, we've got the jobless claims and the US unemployment rate and employment reports, which will be very, very interesting because they will basically dictate what the Fed can do in terms of hikes and how they navigate bringing inflation down, etc. So could be a volatile end to the week. In terms of other bits and pieces, we've got the China CPI as well. So yeah, find out what is going on over there, especially because they seem to be doing a lot of quantitative easing, whilst the rest or most of the West are doing quantitative tightening. So could be quite interesting to see the outcome of all of that. In terms of other news, so from last week, Silvergate, the reason many people are saying we had that drop last week due to the Silvergate bank crisis. If you're not aware of what Silvergate is, Silvergate provides financial infrastructure services to some of the world's largest cryptocurrency exchanges, institutional investors and mining companies. And some of their clients were FTX, hence why, as you can see, hence why they are not in a good way. And it's obviously affected crypto in a very negative way. So we'll have to see how that unfolds. In terms of what else to watch out for this week, we've got, as always, the alts to watch. So MATIC, we've got a bit of fundamentals going on with MATIC. If we just quickly take a look, they've got their ZKEVM mainnet update coming out, and they've got that set for March 27th. Now, it looks as though that's what this big rally was. As you can see, we're on the monthly time frame here, clear monthly range that price was stuck between. So about what $1-ish range high, range low about 71 cents. You can see we were there between August and December. We broke out in Jan. Nice monthly close up, and then it looks like potentially a big blow off top here. They'll buy the rumor, sell the news. If we go to the weekly, you can see big blow off top as I just mentioned, middle of Feb, and now we're coming back down. Now the interesting thing is monthly time frame. You can see broke out the range. Are we going to come down and hold this level of support and then kick on higher? So potentially to this level up here at around $1.72. Or if you see a monthly close back inside, so below $1, that's a massive deviation back inside the range, and it's probably going to come all the way back down to the range low at 75 cents. So as I say, is it a case of buy the rumor, sell the news? Something to watch out for. In terms of some other alts, looking good for some potential buys, especially if you're looking long-term investment type thing. Of course, we don't offer financial advice on this channel. Complete your own decision. However, in terms of TA, looking pretty good. So we're warning people not to be buying these tops here in terms of resistance. So this is ADA. As you can see, if you were feeling FOMO up here, thinking, oh, I need to buy more, I've not bought enough, or you haven't got any at all, well, right now you're looking at a big 20% discount from those highs up there. So if you wanted to buy some up here, then you should probably be looking at buying some here. This is a very important level for ADA. As you can see, if you look left, this is the start, this is the breakout level. So back on the 5th December, this was where we first made our first higher low or higher high. So we broke out of there, come back down, and now we're seeing if we can hold it as a higher low. If we do, then that's a really good sign, and probably going to kick on higher. If not, if we sort of close below this sort of 32-cent region, basically below last week's wick, then we're probably going to revisit the lows. So as I say, if you're looking long term, looking for a return to all-time highs, etc., and you were feeling FOMO back here, now's not a bad place to look at deploying a little bit of capital, or if you're looking for maybe a swing trade. But just be aware, if we do get that weekly close below, then we're probably going to go lower. Same with DOT. We're saying don't buy up here in this monthly resistance area, and again, you've got a nice big discount. So from the top, again, you're looking at about 25%. You can see we've already had a little bounce off DOT's weekly level. You see this is a huge level here. Again, this is the breakout level. This is where we first made a higher high, coming back down, see if we can hold it as a higher low. So exactly the same. And then near, again, I was saying don't buy up here at this weekly resistance. Ooh, excuse me. And then which was also the daily range high. But whereas we are now down at this daily range low, again, pretty good opportunity. You can see if we go to the weekly, there is potentially still further to go. This was the breakout level for near, if we change that to weekly. So potentially one more leg down to revisit there. But again, if you were FOMOing in or thinking about buying up here, you've got a 30% discount here. So this is why, we say don't buy higher time frame resistance. Wait, be patient, wait for the pullback, and you'll get your rewards here. So as I say, if you were thinking about buying any of these three back at the highs, well, you've got a nice big 20 to 30% discount here to play with. We could, of course, go lower. However, better to be buying here than up there if you do want to buy at all. One thing I will say, though, if we take a look at all three of these alts, first I want to show you BTC, which was back here when we were last at 21.5k, between the 10th and 13th, 14th of Feb, where we last bottomed. This was when we were at 21.5k. Of course, we're not at 21.5k yet. However, these alts are already lower than where they were between the 10th and 14th of Feb. So if we take a look at ADA, where was ADA on the 10th, 14th of Feb? Up here, you can see we're lower than that now. DOT, oh, let's get rid of that. 10th to 14th of Feb, we were here. We're now lower. Near, again, get rid of that. 10th to 14th of Feb, where were we? We were up here. Now we're lower. So if BTC and ETH do get one more leg down to the monthly level of 21.5k, or ETH's daily range low at about 1500, 1515, then we could obviously see a larger leg down from these alts, which are showing relative weakness. So as I say, just be cautious, but in terms of longer term investing style buys, then a massive discount from where they were at the top. So something for you to consider. As I say, I'll repeat once more, not financial advice. You make your own decisions. So that's pretty much it. Things to watch out for this week. We'll see how it all unfolds, and then we'll catch up with everything on Friday and see where the dust settles. So hope you all have a good week. Take care, and I will see you on Friday.